Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and to another video. So this week I'm going to be doing a full glam 0 to 100 not to hot video. So if you want to see how I go from this to this, then just keep on watching. So I'm going to be starting off my usual way with prepping my skin. So I'm slowly running out of my moisturiser. So I've got this little tester that my auntie got from Sephora when she got all the makeup that I have been reviewing. So I'm just going to put a bit more of this Tarte H2O Boost moisturiser on, just to give my skin the best chance, since we are putting on full glam today. Now this stuff smells so good. And what I do is I just let it sink into the skin a little bit. So while it is doing that, I'm going to moisturise my lips because they have been so chapped with the weather being how it is at the moment. Being hot and then freezing cold again, so it's just messing up all my skin. As you can tell, I'm very red and spotty, but there we go, we're sorting it out. So I'm just going to put on my EOS lip balm. I absolutely love this stuff. So now the moisturiser has sunk into my skin, we're going with our trusty smoothing base primer from Tarte. I'm going to put most of it on my nose, if I can actually, there we go. I got my nails done yesterday, so I'm kind of scared about like getting foundation and products on my nails. But hey ho. I always put it under my eye as well because I get really bad like creasing, and if I put it under my eye, if you see, it kind of corrects part of my bags and the creasing under my eyes and just brightens and tightens, which I absolutely love. I also put in my smile lines because I don't want the foundation to break away on there. Just going to do the same on the other side. So I thought I'd do this video today since I haven't worn makeup in over a week. And I wanted to do something really exciting and really glam and just sit down with you guys because I absolutely love doing those sort of videos. And I have been slacking on the older video front. I haven't been uploading as much as I should be. So I am trying to get back into it. I just have those days where I struggle to think of ideas. I've had a rough day at work or something like that. So I'm slowly but surely going to be uploading more. This month is my birthday month. There'll be a few birthday videos, maybe a vlog or two possibly. I've got a few things planned, so I'm very excited for that. Right, so we are all primed and all ready for the glam side of today's video. So today I'm going to be going in with a new foundation on my channel, but one that I have been using for quite a while. If you saw my, which video? Last week's video where I did the halo eye with the Naked Cherry palettes, then this is the foundation I was wearing in that video. It's so dewy and looks like my skin but better, and I absolutely love it. And it is the Hourglass Vanish Stick Foundation, and this is in the shade Shell. This is the only stick foundation I've ever used, and I absolutely love it, and I just find it sits on my skin so nicely. I do find it creases a little bit around my nose, but that is because I'm very oily. So I do try and push it in properly and put quite a bit of powder on, but I will show you. So I go in quite heavy-handed with this. So this can be a medium, and if you build it up it can be a full coverage. Obviously Glam and me, it's going to be full coverage. So I'm just going to go in and put this on my skin. Now I had this foundation before and I got it way too light. There is a picture that I absolutely hate but Callum loves of the two of us when we went up to London, went to Selfridges, and I look like a ghost in that picture because they shade matched me, but when you wore it, it was just so light, it didn't match me at all. But this shade Shell is, I'd say, a really good match. It's not perfect because I could never find a match that's absolutely perfect because my skin is kind of temperamental, and sometimes it's light, sometimes it's dark, sometimes I want a shade that's a bit lighter, sometimes I want a shade that's a bit darker. But at the moment, this foundation I absolutely am adoring. But if you just look at that coverage, like, I just absolutely love it. And I'm using my beauty blender. I was using the Morphe sponge, but I found it too solid with this foundation, because they do say this foundation works better with a brush, but I find a beauty blender just blends it out and doesn't leave it looking streaky, because I hate brushes because they always make my foundation look streaky. I do want to try the foundation brush that Jamie Genevieve uses, because that looks absolutely amazing. She uses it on all her foundation. She always looks beautiful and well covered and not streaky at all. But I just feel like if I used it, I'd use it wrong. I don't know. I do sometimes go in with a little bit more just to cover up those places that maybe haven't covered as much as I wanted them to. Especially on my nose, I really do go over that. So that is like the first layer done. It doesn't even feel like I've got foundation on. It just feels so pretty and so nice. And it's got that slightly dewy finish, so it still looks very glowy and very nice. I am going to go in with a bit more. I'm probably going to go in another layer, to be honest, because I have got some very bad pigmentation on my skin today, especially up here where I have my spot down my nose. It also doesn't oxidize, which I absolutely love, because I have had foundations quite a bit that oxidize quite badly, and they always look terrible, and I can't stand it when foundation oxidizes. It really gets on my nerves. So I'm gonna blend this in and then I'll be back. Okay, so that is the foundation all on. I'm going to zoom you in just so you can see what it looks like on my skin. So if you can see, it hasn't completely covered, because obviously I'm going to go in with concealer, so I don't need it to completely cover under my eyes. Obviously it look really cakey, but it's just covered up all my... This one's really annoying me today. This one won't cover, but that's what I'm going to have to deal with. But it's just evened out my skin. It just looks really dewy and very nice. So I'm going to go off camera, because you know I absolutely hate doing my eyebrows on camera. It's like the scariest thing in the world. I absolutely hate it, and sometimes they just don't work for me. So I'm going to go off camera, do my eyebrows, and then I'll be back to do the rest of my look. Okay, so that is my eyebrows on. That took me forever to do. I think that took me at least 10 minutes to actually do my eyebrows. But they are done and they're on my face. They look okay. They're not amazing, but I'm not the best at eyebrows anyway. So we're now going to go in with concealer, as always. It's my favourite thing. Actually, not concealer. We're going to go in with some cream contour. This is the Bobbi Brown Chisel Cheeks Contour Cream, and it's in this chunky stick form. And this just sits on the skin so nicely, and it fits with this foundation really well because they're both quite creamy. So I'm going to contour. I don't really contour anywhere else because I don't like contouring my nose because it always looks very like dirty. So we'll see. So I'm going to go in with my sponge again. I'm just going to blend out that cream contour. Now you guys are either going to like this or hate this. So if you don't like cream contouring, which I haven't always, I'm only just getting back into it, I would say try it. It's very good at making your forehead look smaller, and it's also a very natural way of contouring, obviously. Now I'm just going to go over with the butt of my sponge again, that bit that has all the foundation on, and we're just going to sort of blend it all together. Okay, so now I am going to conceal my under eyes. So I'm using the Collection Lasting Perfection concealer in shade Fair 1. Now this concealer is so good for the price that it is. It is a drugstore concealer, which I absolutely love. And also that cream contour is also a drugstore product as well. So I will definitely be doing a drugstore favourites on my channel at some point. because I have got quite a few like favourites that I do use from the drugstore quite a bit. I don't go down my nose because my nose always breaks up, so I get a bit nervous about doing that. So I'm going to go in with the cleaner side because obviously that has got the contour on. I'm just going to blend this away. And if you find you go too far over, you can always go back in with that cream contour just to kind of darken everything back up. So the only place I really want that concealer to really cover is under my eyes. The rest of it is just for lightening and brightening. Obviously I don't want it to go too far up, otherwise it will just kind of look very fake on the contour side of things. So if it starts to go too far out, I'm going to just use the other side of my sponge just to stop it. I really don't like how textured my skin looks at the moment. It's really frustrating, but I am trying to get back into all my skincare and sorting out my skin again. I'm going with a little bit more of that concealer under my eyes because I haven't got quite the coverage that I want. And now I'm going to go down my nose again with my foundation just because it's just slightly coming off where I've gone down it with my concealer. Probably not the correct thing to do, but that's how I get it to all stay on. So I will dab that in. I'm also going to open up my Rimmel Match Perfection loose powder just so I can set as soon as I've buffed in all the concealer. So as soon as I've got that desired coverage under my eyes, and I don't look like I've never had any sleep in my life. Since this sponge is now covered in wet product, I don't really want to go dipping into my powder using the same sponge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my damp Morphe sponge, this one here, and I'm going to set my under eyes. Okay, now I'm going to set the rest of my face with just the excess of the powder. Obviously we want to put powder on there because I am a greasy mess and everything always slips and slides. Obviously this is an optional step. If you have dry skin, I would stay away from this step. It is not a good idea. Your skin will just dry out even more and flake. But since I have oily combination skin, this is a step that I definitely recommend for oilier people. So we're going to take the bottom part of the sponge as well, just because I really like that chiseled cheek look. Also I'm going to go in with a powder on top of this cream contour. And then I'm also going to set in the middle of my forehead just to brighten this bit up. I have powder absolutely everywhere. Right, I hate having foundation on my lips. As I said, I've got really chapped lips at the moment, so having foundation on it just dries them out even more. I'm now going to do my eyes because I feel like if I don't, I'm going to end up getting eyeshadow everywhere and I don't really want to do the rest of my face until I've done my eyes. This is going to be a bit of an experiment because I have not done one of these before, so I'm going to zoom you in. And I'm going to do one eye on camera and one eye off camera because that is just how I like to do it at the moment. So I'm going to be doing quite a different eye look. I'm going to be trying out a new product halfway through, but I'm going to be taking my Zulu palette by Juvia's Place, and I'm going to take, this is quite dramatic, it's either going to look really good or really bad, but I'm going to take this bright yellow shade in the middle and I'm going to do another halo eye because I absolutely love doing them. So I'm going to take that yellow and this is going to be my transition shade that everything's going to then blend in with. I haven't even tried this look before, so this is a first time for me as well. Which could be a good thing, it could also be a really bad thing. Okay, so yellow eye looks absolutely crazy at the minute. Now this is going to be another dramatic step. And we're going to get a smaller brush for this. I'm going to go in with this bright orange shade. This is kind of experimenting for you guys. It's also experimenting for me. Going back in with that yellow shade. And then back in with that orange shade just to deepen everything up. Okay, so that is the first stage. I'm now going to go in with my absolute favourite Morphe 35B palette. And I'm going to go in with, not this palette. It wasn't this palette that I wanted. It was the Morphe 35W palette. And I'm going to go in lightly with this shade here just to deepen it all up. Really in, I'm going to take this brush, my MAC 217 brush. I'm going to take that same colour because it's a bit flatter. This brush is perfect for going in the crease of the eye. And then back in with my orange shade. All about building and blending. And then back in with that yellow shade. And then the final shade I'm going to go in with, this brown because it's slightly like orangier than the browns I've got in the 35W palette. I'm going to take the tiniest amount of this because I don't want it to wash away my orangeness. Then I'm going to take my orange shade again. Taking that yellow once again. And then taking that orange. This is a full glam and quite out there look, which I love to wear every single day if I could. Back in with that orange shade from the Morphe 35W palette. Like so. So I'm going to go off camera again and do the other eye, and then I'll be back to finish off the eye look and finish the rest of my face. Okay, so that is both eyes all complete. I'm so happy with how this has turned out, considering when I started I had absolutely no idea how it was going to go and what I was going to do. So now for the new product that I am trying. I have never tried this before. I've heard such good things about it, and it is the Stila liquid eyeshadow, and this is in Mystic, which is this amazing blue, which is why I have the orange eyes, because I thought it'd be the perfect way to do a halo eye by having this in the center, but we'll see, who knows. So this shade looks like this in the bottle. It's holographic and it's got all different pigments in, and I'm very nervous to try this, to be honest, because I don't know how it's going to turn out, and this eye is not the same. So let's get that, where it doesn't, it's not even, and it really annoys me, and I'd like to have an even eyeshadow. Who cares? So it comes on a little applicator like this. It looks kind of like a lipstick, but it's not, it's for your eye. And I'm going to swatch it for you guys. Look at that. I love that. It looks so cool. Not too sure. What's it say? So it says, usage, apply directly onto the desired eye area using the applicator wand. Wear alone or over eyeshadow, which is what I'm going to try. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to, I'm very nervous about this. Obviously I'm going to need to blend out the edges. But I'm going to let it dry first before I blend anything on top of it and try and blend it all together. Got a twitchy eye, I know that much every time I touch it. Huh. Okay, so I'm going to let that dry and then I'm going to blend it all out. Or should I blend it out now? Blend out the edges a little bit. Just going to grab a flat brush. I think it's already dry. Yeah, it would have already dried. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a bit on the back of my hand. I'm going to take it on the brush. Maybe not. Okay, I'm going to let it dry because I think that's the best way of doing this. Just going to wipe off. It does dry down very quickly, which is really good, obviously. I think we've had the bake on long enough. So I'm just going to dust off all the bake. Okay, then under my eyes and where I want to lighten up everything again, I'm going to take my Charlotte Tilbury airbrush finish powder, which I am really running out of. Everything's set, everything's in place. I'm going to take my Rimmel London Natural Bronzer. I'm just going to take that over where I have contoured. I also don't want such a harsh line. Obviously I want that chiseled cheek look, but not too harsh. Okay, I think my eyeshadow would have set now properly. So I'm going to go in with the same brush that I used for that darkest shade and use a bit more of that darkest shade. I'm going to go in with this dark blue shade here just to blend out the edges of the eyeshadow because obviously they are blue. So if I blend it out with blue, very mattified now, so I will have to go back over it with. See how it's kind of just blended it all out? So I'm going to take that again. I'm just going to place it on there and then I'm going to press it in. Like so, and obviously I don't want to lose the oranginess by blending it out with the blue, so I'm going to go back over with the orange as well. Really like that. I think I'm going to do the bottom lash line as well while we're here, just because it's easier just to do it now than having to go back to it. So I'm going to take that yellow shade from the Juvia's Place palette and run that under my eye. It really is a full glam look this week. Because I've done this bright shadow, I've got full coverage foundation on. Then I'm going to take the orange shade from the same palette. Then I'm going to take that brown shade. Taking that yellow again. Just blend out underneath. Okay, so we will go back and finish the eyes off at a later point. I'm going to brush out all this powder out of my eyebrows. Okay, so I'm now going to contour my cheeks just a little bit more because obviously I like being contoured a lot. So I'm taking my Shade and Light palette and this light shade here. I'm just going to contour the backs of my cheeks. I'm going to take some of this darker shade as well, like so. This whole process has taken so long, but I love how it's turning out, so I'm very excited. So I'm going to take my blush, which is the Tarte freebie that I got. This blush here, so perfect for my skin tone and just perfect to blend with the contour because it's a cool tone blush. Now the best part of the whole look highlighting. This brings everything together, makes the skin look dewy again, makes everything look nice again. So I'm going to take a mixture of my Too Faced Diamond Highlighter, and I also picked this up from the drugstore, which is the Obsession Mega Moon Highlighter. If you want to see a full review on this and some other products I got from the drugstore, I will link that video down below for you guys for you to go check it out. But I'm going to mix these two. Comment below your favourite highlighter to use, because I really want to find some different highlighters, because I've stuck with this one for quite a while now. And I'd quite like to see what else people use. I know people would love to use the Becca Opal highlight, but this highlight is too dark for my skin. So when I put it on, it really shows up. Maybe I will try it just on the backs of my highlight, just here. Because it is a really blinding highlight, but if I get it in the wrong place, so if I was to put it in the centre of my face, you'd really notice it. So I'm also going to go in with my Mega Moon highlighter. Now this is a baked highlighter, which is why it's sort of curved in the pan. One thing that I don't have is a setting spray, so I would have gone in with a setting spray before doing any of my highlighter, just to sort of set down all my base and everything. Look very shiny, which I like. I'm also going to take some of this highlighter on a small pencil brush just to go under the eyebrow, just to sort of lift everything up. And also on the inner corners of my eye. So I'm going to go off camera and do my eyelashes and my lipstick, and then I'll be back to show you the finished look. I'll also do my hair as well, because it just needs a bit of a blow dry, and I'll be back. Okay guys, so I have finished off my look. I have blow dried my hair, so it looks a bit puffy at the moment, but I love it. I have put on a lipstick. I used 2 different lipsticks to create this shade, which I really like on with this look, because it's very natural and very juicy. So I used the Huda Beauty Liquid Matte, which I'm nearly out of actually, in the shade Venus. And then I used the NYX Lip Lingerie in the shade Silk Indulgent, which is a very nice, like, lighter nude. I was going to put on eyelashes, but I didn't want to cover up my eye look, so I've just put on my Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara in a little mini that I got free at Christmas. So that is the look. It is very glowy, very dewy. I think it's taken me about 2 hours to do this look, which I'm actually quite happy with. It's a nice way of spending your day, just to glam yourself up. It might not be very glam compared to how other people would do glam, but this is how I would do a glam look. I hate the fact that my hair is so flat and my forehead is quite big, but anyway, we'll forget about that. So yeah, I absolutely love this look. It is all finished off. I will zoom you in just so you can look at it close up. The skin looks really dewy because of that highlight. Got rosy cheeks, which I absolutely love. And the lipstick looks so cute. I absolutely love it. Okay guys, so I hope you really enjoyed this week's video of me creating this look from top to bottom, doing all the look with you guys, including trying out the new Stila liquid eyeshadow, which is new to the channel, not new overall, but anyway, I hope you enjoyed seeing that being used and different ways of using it. So if you did enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up down below. Also comment below any other products you want to see, any other videos you want to see me do, and I will see about doing them. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any more of my videos, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys!